Whether you like it or not, we're going to get a lot more Gypsy Rose Blanchard. At least this week. The mother schmurderer has a new memoir that comes out tomorrow. And that means that she's doing press for it today. In a new interview with People magazine, Gypsy reveals the real, why she and her husband, I think they're still married. Technically, they're separated. She's having a baby with Ken. And we had previously heard reasons why she and Ryan broke up, but they weren't true. We now know why. Let's take it back to earlier this year. Remember how Gypsy was everywhere after she was released from prison? And there was one interview that was very memeable and went super viral. In that interview, she was talking about the fantastic time she and Ryan would have in the bed. In fact, the line was, "That D is fire." Well, it wasn't. She's now saying that it was anything but fire. She explains, quote, "I still struggled when I first came out of prison." Talking about her intimate life with Ryan after being released and serving 8 of a 10-year sentence for her role in her mother's offing. The two of them married back in 2022 while she was still incarcerated, and they consummated their marriage shortly after her release. And that whole D is fire thing is something that she said multiple times. Not just once, she said it on more than one occasion. In fact, in January, on one of Ryan's posts on social media, where he was getting a lot of negativity, Gypsy wrote the following: "Don't listen to the haters. Besides, they jealous because you are rocking my world every night." Yeah, I said it. The D is fire. Well, it wasn't. She was lying. She finally admits to that, confessing, quote, "Ryan and my sex life was not ideal. I told him privately, maybe it was a lack of attraction in that area, or if I still wasn't processing properly." In her memoir, Gypsy opens up about being the victim of S abuse as a child. And in her memoir, she also claims that her ex, the one that actually did the deed and took care of her mother, she claims that Nicholas Godijon also SA'd her. She was abused by him too. He's never been charged with that. Oh yeah, and she also talks in her memoir about the same gender fun that she had in prison with other ladies. Although she says she was never able to fully enjoy those experiences. But while Gypsy and Ryan's bed life was lackluster, the opposite is true with her soon-to-be baby daddy, Ken. She's pregnant with his baby. And Gypsy now says, quote, "When Ken came into the picture again, you've got to understand, there was 7 years of built-up tension there. And it was amazing of their first intimate encounter. Quote, I was able to feel comfortable with him. Though past SA trauma still haunts her at times, mostly, quote, I've gotten past that, she says. There are times that it's kind of like, if I'm uncomfortable, I will voice that. But I'm very open and vocal with Ken about my needs. That's how we conceived our baby girl, she says, of not immaculate conception. Shocker, they did it a lot. Of her pregnancy, Gypsy says, I had a great first 2 trimesters, amazing, no morning sickness. It was so peaceful. But now that I'm in my 3rd trimester and the 8th month, I can't sleep, I can't breathe, I can't do anything. But she's at peace and she's happy, especially because her parole ends next year. Quote, I'm really excited to just obviously bring her daughter, into the world and have a lot of family time together. I'm transitioning to a more private life, but it's going to be a slow transition. Okay, good for you. But she did Ryan dirty. I think she should have kept that information about their lousy life private, right? Like, that is going to haunt this guy for a long time. Or maybe the problem was you and not him. Lots to think about. What do you think of all the revelations? Let me know in the comments section.